Big Boss Hog, Boss Dog, K Poke through the door. Hit the top to the box, forget my soliloquy. Remember, tough times don't last, good people do it off shelf. Call them in the fight like maybe it matter. Peak game, peak game. 84's on what's one. We clutched up, we clutched out. You know what we're talking about. Man, that Devin Haney list, man. But before we get into the main dish, the main entree, let's introduce our second host. Salute to all our soldiers. The future Hall of Fame coach. Brody on the hustle, okay, Coach B, let me know how you doing.
Hey, what it is, folks? Like I always say, like we always say, you know what time it is. We clutched up, we clutched out. You know what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about that boxing. But y'all know what I'm gonna tell y'all. Hey, God woke you up. He put that breath in your body. Everything else after that is extra. Do what you gotta do. Take care of you. Take care of the fam. And with that being said, again, shout out to all our followers around the world, all our viewers, all our subscribers. Keep doing y'all thing. We much appreciate the love. Continue to, help us build this legacy that we putting together. And with that being said, K-Pop, go ahead and roll the footage. Continue to show. Let's let them know how we flow.
Already. So, this gonna be a real quick episode. This ain't gonna be a long episode. It's just something that we want to throw out there. It's a hot topic right now. And we're gonna do stuff like this, y'all. It's gonna be called Clutch Factory. So, before we get into all that, let's go down this list. So Bill Haney released this list talking about Devin Haney versus everybody. And if you don't know what this list is, go on Twitter. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it somewhere in this video so you can see it. So while I'm talking, you're gonna be able to follow along. I told y'all need to be reading. A lot of y'all don't be reading no more. That's why you act how you act. You know what I mean? Because you ain't reading no books no more. You know all the rap songs and you gonna shoot this person, shoot that person, but you don't know how to read. You need to get your mind right. I'm sorry, I'm sounding like an old man right now, but that's what it is. Boss is getting up, y'all. But anyway, number one, he got the racist. I don't say his name. He got the racist. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The one that's linked to Boots, the racist. You know what I mean? He got the racist is number one. He got Shakur Stevenson at number two. He got Javante Tank Davis at number three. Boots Ennis at four. I started laughing when I saw that. Brian Norman at five. I started laughing when I saw that. Mara Barnes at six. Keyshawn Davis at seven. I started laughing. Rowley at eight. I started laughing. Connor Ben, I definitely started laughing. And Ryan Garcia at number 10. So, Coach, first question I got for you. If Devin Haney fought all these fights, which ones do you think he will win? Let me know something.
Uh, I'll be honest. I only really see him beating Mario Barrios and maybe Edge. Edge a split decision out against Brian Norman Jr. Other than that, I got him struggling against everybody else, whether it's a 12 rounder or a knockout. I got him struggling against everybody else on this list. And I'm gonna just be quite frank with you. I only got to win in two for sure, and the other ones is he in deep water in the other ones. Like I say, some of the other names that's on this list that you mentioned, like I said, I got him beating Barrios. I got him barely beating Brian Norman Jr., but he's gonna have to drag him to deep waters. He's gonna have to take him to a tough 12 rounder to even edge out that victory. But everybody else on this list, I got Devin Haney getting beat.
Man, this is man. I'm not gonna lie, Coach. When I first saw the list, I was like, this man could potentially lose every fight on this list. You know what I mean? Based off his last performance, I think the only fighter that he could beat on this list is Shakur Stevenson. And the reason why I say that is because they fight similar. It's gonna be a boring technical fight. I see Shakur Stevenson not being a risk taker, and I see Devin Haney being the one willing to take a risk in that fight. So I would favor Devin Haney in that one, but that fight is 50-50. You know what I mean? Anybody can win that fight. But all the other ones, you could say Barrios. A lot of people are disrespecting Barrios at this current time because of his last performances, but people forgot Barrios is a very fundamentally sound fighter. Now, is he the strongest fighter in his weight class? No. You know, going into that fight, I would favor Devin Haney, but I think Mar Barrios can shock the world and beat a Devin Haney. You know what I mean? Um, we don't need to talk about the tank boots because that's all I gotta say. And when it comes to boots, Tank, Brian Norman, Connor Ben, Rolly, Keyshawn Davis, even Ryan Garcia. That's all I gotta say. Okay, y'all know what that means. You know when you hit that Microsoft button and it goes. That's what's gonna happen. Sleep, right? Sleep. Okay, I don't know why this is even a thing, but seg off into the next topic, Coach. Do you feel like Bill Haney, and y'all don't know who Bill Haney is, that's Devin Haney's dad, because we got casuals in boxing. So, Bill Haney, who is Devin Haney's father, also Devin Haney's manager and trainer, do you feel like he believes in Devin more than Devin believes in himself? Or do you feel like this list is justified? You feel like, hey, Devin Haney is one of the top fighters in boxing right now, and hey, he can very well rise back to the top and beat a lot of these guys on this list. What you think of?
Uh, I'm gonna call a spade right here. I believe Bill Haney is stuck in a state of mind to where it's not even about the fighter. It's more about uplifting and praising his son for what he's accomplished in the sport of boxing and throughout his life. You know, it's more like being a supportive father. It's more like being the best hype man he can be. It's more like being the best fighter, trainer / coach he can be for his son. But I think the father-son aspect of the situation is outweighing the true potential of Devin Haney, the fighter. You know what I'm saying? The father-son bond relationship between these two is completely on a different pedestal than the actual fighter Devin Haney himself. They're not separating the two. And I see the separation because it is no way that I'm going to be the fighter and I'm allow my coach, my trainer, my entourage, whoever to do all the talking. If I'm the fighter, I'm the one that's gonna be in the ring putting everything on the line. I'm doing the talking myself. And I'm doing the right talking, the special wordplay. I'm putting together all the antics to bring in these fighters that I know I should be fighting. I'm not gonna sit here and let my pops or anybody get me into a situation that I know I can't handle. And right now, I feel like Bill Haney right now is continuously writing checks that Devin Ass can't cash. Pause, no freakies in full effect at this point. But like I said, it's more like a father-son bond that's taking leadership in the entirety of the situation over Devin the fighter. I get it. Y'all retooled, y'all revamped, and y'all came out and y'all showed, oh, Devin can move. Devin can move. Yeah, he can move. But what's gonna happen when he can't move against his opponent? What's gonna happen? Because he's not gonna be able to run. Just this list, he's not gonna be able to run from more than half these fighters. Because half of these fighters they got on this list know what they're doing when they get in there. You look at Tank, he know how to cut the ring off. You look at Boots, he know how to cut the ring off. You look at Keyshawn, he know how to cut the ring off. Brian Norman Jr., he's an inside to mid-range level fighter. He knows how to cut the ring off. Connor Ben knows how to cut the ring off. Mario Barrios, as you mentioned, he's fundamentally sound. The racist guy, he knows what he's doing. If the racist guy quit the weird stuff, he would be alright. But it is what it is. He don't get no play over here. Ryan Garcia, all he needs is his left hook as shown in their previous fight. So I'm not understanding why this hit list. They call it a hit list, and I'm not understanding this hit list. This is not a list you should put out right now, and you still trying to figure out That's Bill Haney and Devin Haney. You still trying to figure out, do you still have that same go getter mentality, or do you still have that little pup in you? Because I ain't never really seen a dog come out of Devin. So I'm gonna say, do you still have that little pup in you? Do you still want to be great? Do you still want to take on this list? I don't think this list should be put out right now. I think Devin and Bill should be focusing on every day, one step at a time. Every fighter, one step at a time. You shouldn't be putting out no hit list, because I guarantee you right now, if all these names step to Devin right now, they not even gonna even partake in none of these fights. They're not gonna partake in none of these fights. None of these names on this list, they're not gonna partake in none of these fights. I guarantee you. But I'm gonna leave that like that. Go ahead, Kato. Say what you got to say.
This man, like you said, his stuff going into overdraft, right? This stuff right here. If he writing these checks, he overdrafting, right? So what that's just Devin Haney, man, is a good young fighter. We're not taking nothing away from him, but come on, dog. Devin Haney mentally ain't there yet. He ain't he mentally. You saw he just fought Jose Ramirez. You here to tell me he ready to get in there with any of these names on this list? I told you. And for y'all, for the slow people in the back, I'm gonna say it again. That's what's gonna happen to Devin Haney if he fight Boots. You got Boots who can box, who's slick, who can switch southpaw to orthodox mid combination. Let me throw that in there. Not go in the corner and then come back out. No. He could be throwing a combination and switch on you. So all I'm saying at the end of the day, that fight is career suicide. Brian Norman, career suicide. Keyshawn Davis, career suicide. And that boy at 135. I still think Keyshawn Davis can go beat Devin Haney right now. Romero Rowley. Y'all talk about how Rowley is not skilled. Styles make fights. Look what he just did to Ryan. So who's to say that Rowley, who got that retarded strength, he got that special leg strength. Land on a button on Devin Haney. Next you know, the dude that's riding the short bus is walking out the ring with his hand raised. It's just Conor being drinking tea and crickets. Put them bombs he was landing on Chris Eubank would body bag and toe tag Devin Haney. And let's not go with Ryan with them hooks. You know, I don't know if y'all remember this song, Hooker, Hooker, Hooker. That's Ryan Garcia gonna hit Devin Haney with that hooker, 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 hooker. We used to listen to that Lockwood Skater back in the day. Let me get back on topic. All I'm saying at the end of the day is that this list is pointless, man. Bill should be trying to like rebuild Devin's confidence. This is not the way to do it. And I get what Bill doing. Because look what we're doing. We're talking about Devin Haney. Right? He's doing this as a marketing thing to get you to talk about Devin. Right? But you putting out this list is pointless. I mean, let's be real here, Coach. And this is going to be one of my final questions, unless you got something else to add. Do you think any of these fights can get made? Like, genuinely, if they sat here and they threw some money, do you think Devin Haney would take any one of these fights? Let's just say Turkey, like, hey, my brother, boom, oh, my bad. Which one of these fights you want to make? Which one of these fights do you want to make, my brother? Which one? Do you think that man will fight anybody on this list? Let me know something.
The first question that arises in this whole situation is, okay, cool. You got this list. Where's Devin gonna fight? What division? What weight is he comfortably gonna fight these fighters at? 140, 147, 135. I mean, y'all moved up. Y'all claim y'all want to go 147. So some of these names on the list: Tank 135, Keyshawn 135, Shakur 135. I mean, what you gonna fluctuate to fight all these fighters? But if any of these fights could be made and something was to happen, the only one I really see that should go and needs to be done and dealt with quickly. Well, I ain't gonna say quickly. Devin needs to get the fence right. The only fight that I circle on this list is Ryan Garcia. The world wants to see it again. Y'all blamed it on PEDs, Ostarines, ABCs, Ryan's antics, and all this other stuff. You wanted to sue him for battery and all this other stuff. Come on, man. That's the fight. You need to circle, highlight, asterisk, underline, bold it, italics, all that good stuff. That's the fight, Ryan Garcia. All these other names, I think you should heavily avoid. I think you should heavily avoid. Just like I said earlier, I got him. I got him beating Barrio simply because the way he would move in that fight. He's just gonna run the whole fight. Barrios ain't gonna be able to settle in and get what he got, get what he need to do done against Devin Haney. Devin Haney gonna do exactly what he did in his previous fight. We just seen. Uh, Brian Norman Jr. same thing. Brian gonna have some highlights in that fight, but after Devin get hit and figure out, oh, this man really got power. He gonna get on his bicycle and he gonna make his laps. He gonna do what he do. But other than that, all this other stuff and those two fights I just pointed out, those are real hard made. That's if he can even get a fight made with these two, Barrios and Norman Jr. But the only fighter on this list Devin should have an actual hit out for, like green light, like no go, no pass, wherever we meet up at, we scrapping, is Ryan Garcia. Everybody else I would leave alone. And I would tread lightly against the Ryan with the Ryan Garcia talk. I would tread lightly because I paid attention to Devin's last fight. He still has that bow and arrow jab. You fixed his feet, but you ain't fixed his problem. He's still reaching, extending that jab, and he pulling he pulling that right hand away from that face. He leaving it open. He leaving it unguarded. So Ryan's left hook, in my opinion, is still money. Ostarine, PEDs or not, it's still money. Cause why? Y'all ain't changed nothing. All y'all did was made him faster. Get his legs pinched. That's all y'all did. He still has a poor jab. So that means Ryan left hook is still gonna be money. So he got to tread lightly with this list. But again, to answer your question directly, the only fight I see possibly that could take place if it didn't hurt him too bad off his previous fight, his last performance, is the Ryan Garcia fight.
I agree 1,000%. That's the only fight that I feel like should matter. That's the only fight I feel like that needs to happen. Now, Oscar De La Hoya just did an interview the other day saying we not worrying about no different. So that's not good news. But because Devin Haney called out the racists. Devin Haney want to fight the racists. Which that's a dangerous fight for him. Ryan Garcia, man, is the fight. Y'all said the only reason he beat you is because he on Oscar. Cool. Well, y'all said, hey, you see how he looked without the Oscar? Now he look regular. Which, that's debatable, right? He got knocked down the second round. He got knocked down the second round against Tank. He got knocked down the second round against Luke Campbell. It's something about the second round with Ryan Garcia. That's just what it is. So it's not like he ain't looked like this before, right? Mm-hmm. So I just want to point that out because everybody's like, oh, look, see? No. These dudes done fought like 20 times. I'm not making no way, shape, or form. I'm making excuses for Ryan Garcia and Oscar. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sitting here saying I'm not going to base the performance solely on Oscar. I think Devin Haney, and he's even admitted that, hey, there's some things I wasn't doing in my camp when I prepare for fights. So that lets you further know right then and there that he wasn't doing what he needed to do. And that lets you know right there, he's acknowledging that, hey, it wasn't only the Oscar. It was my game plan. It was my preparation, right? When I hear a dude say that, because if he felt like he didn't do nothing wrong in that fight, he wouldn't have said, oh man, my preparation. He brought that up. Oh man, how I prepared and how, this, that, and the third. He brought up things that were preparation wise to train for a fight. So that lets you further know right there. And even there's videos of him actively working on keeping his hand up for that left hook. He's acknowledging that, hey, I wasn't prepared 100% for Ryan Garcia. And that's just what it is. Now, y'all remember, Ryan Garcia, after he lost the Tank, had one more fight. And I believe he fought Duarte. And that Duarte fight, yeah, he got the stoppage, but he looked bad, right? So everybody was picking Devin Haney. So Devin Haney going into this rematch, what is the plot now? Ryan Garcia lost to Rolly. He got dominated, right? He got dominated. It's the same song, different pew. I just think Ryan got Devin Haney's number. There's nothing wrong with that. But if I'm Devin Haney, I feel like that's the fight to make. That's the fight that he needs circled on his calendar. That's the fight he need to push. He need to call Oscar and be like, "Hey, forget what you talking about. We need this fight. This fight needs to happen, right? I need this for my career. You know, Ryan needs this for his career because this is the opportunity to him to show that, hey, I can beat this dude whether I'm on Oscarine or off Oscarine. It don't matter." So that's the fight to make. Him fighting Conor being, like I said, dun 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 dun, Rolly, dun 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 dun, Keyshawn, dun 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 dun, Mario Barros, that's more like 50-50. Brian Norman, dun 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 dun, Boots, retirement. Javante Tank Davis, body bag, toe tag. He needs to stay far away from Javante Tank Davis. Now, that fight will never happen because Devin Haney's moving further up. He's, and Tank is at 135, so I don't see that fight ever happen unless they agree to a catch weight. Shakur Stevenson, that fight could possibly happen, but they on the same side of the street. Maybe they agree to fight at a catch weight. And in the races, I mean, I don't really care about him, so it don't matter. So, but overall, this list, like I said, is a pointless list. The only fight that matters is Ryan Garcia. Coach, you got anything else you want to
Nah, I ain't got too much more I want to add. I did want to say this though. I mean, he could have made this list a little bit more interesting. I mean, what about Frank Martin at 140? What about Richardson Hitchison at 140? What about hell? If you want to test the waters, I mean, see where your measuring stick at. What about David Avanesian at 147? Well, there's other names. You could have made this list a little bit more presentable and applaudable for yourself, but you chose to go after names that is high risk, low reward. Period. For Devin Haney at this moment in time. Now, if the tables would turn and Devin Haney would have washed Ryan Garcia the way the world thought it would happen, then this list would have been a little bit more. It would have been less condescending. But at the same time, the way the Ryan Garcia match went, the way your last fight went, these names are no good for you, Devin. And like I said earlier, I feel like it's more appeal. I don't even think Devin really is even into this list. I feel like he's just letting his pops do what his pops been doing. Basically letting his pops ride the wave in the limelight. And when he finally get a fight, he get a contract, he do what he gotta do. He sign it, he get in there, he perform however he gonna perform. But at the same time, like I said, this list could have been a little bit more tasteful for Bill and Devin, but at the same time, it's like, nah, bro, you asking for something you don't really want to deal with. Then, like I say, if this your hit list, how do you even go about your future as an older guy? You gonna take so much punishment in these fights. You gonna take ass whoopings in 75% of this list. What about your mental? What about your physical? What about your health after you retire? I don't think you want to go down that. Come on now, how you gonna put this together? If we had to put numbers on it, how you gonna lessen the punishment? What you gonna fight, Mario? then backdoor fight the racist, then backdoor fight Brian, then you gonna fight Brian, then you gonna fight Keyshawn, then you gonna fight. Come on, like come on, man. That's straight punishment. I ain't even got the Tank and Boost yet. Like Keyshawn, like no, come on, man. Uh, I can go on and on about this, but at the same time, Bill, Devin, think before you speak. You know what I'm saying? Just just be mindful of where you trying to pull yourself out from. You're in a hole right now, and you barely hanging on to the edge. Your last performance, you got it done, but at the same time, it wasn't the way of the people. It wasn't the way of the fans. It wasn't the way of Devin Haney. Period. That's not even your fighting style. To sit there and move like that, I don't see you continuously doing that for the rest of your career. And if you do, don't say nothing else about your cool season because y'all definitely gonna be on the same fast. And for y'all to get in the same ring, I'm not watching. I'm a non-participant in it. But at the same time, it is what it is. Hey, Capo, go ahead and close the show.
Man, like I said before, keep supporting us, man. It's the Genesis, it's the beginning. Channel is growing. We are now up to 223 subscribers. I know that that's not saying a whole lot, but we've been putting in that work. You know what I mean? My bad. Somebody just said a crazy comment. My bad. Continue to support us, man. We love y'all, man. Much respect. Pause. Um, if you got any, criticism, put it in the comment section, man. We grown men. We ain't posing any criticism. But like I say, if you get disrespectful, you gonna get body bag. And let me say that slow. And toe tagged. Right? You might get something intelligent. 9 times out of 10, that's Coach B. If you get something that's just straight up and down no side effects, and Coach is straight up and down no side effects too. He can get in that mode, but he do his in an intelligent way. Me, I'm just gonna straight tell you, man. I don't care. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we appreciate y'all. Continue to follow us on this journey. We got more content coming. We got another video coming. We're gonna drop this one soon. We clutched up. We clutched out. You know what we talking about. I'm Boss. It's Brody. We out here.
Salute.